My name is Amanda, in case you guys don't know. I am recording this on my phone because I've been wanting and needing to record for so long, just to start off 2026 strong on YouTube, hitting my goals, doing all the things I wanted to do. But kids are on a winter break and I couldn't find my camera, so I didn't have like even a time to even sit down and talk to a video, let alone finish planning everything I wanted to do. So the kids are at their friend's house. I just finished going to the bank and I still don't have my camera. It's upstairs, but I'm on my phone. I just don't want to lose this moment where I can just slow down and talk to you guys and maybe kick off the YouTube video right now, or maybe like this will be a YouTube video. We'll see. I really wanted to have my visual diary up here, if not for you guys to learn and gain value from, then for myself, because I really want in 2026 to start living for myself, living for my purpose, living in my truth, and doing everything that God meant for me to be. But that requires for me to start showing up and showing out. And 2025 really was my hermit era. It was my I was really in my shell, and I had a lot of lessons and scares with some family members of mine, literally like life or death scares with some of the closest people to me and my family, and I've never experienced loss yet, thank God, knock on wood. And I'm just, also had a huge grateful moment that like, damn, my grandma turned 90 years old this year, and she's still living by herself, and I'm just like, damn, like we gotta start, I feel like we just have to prepare for the worst case scenario, things that we don't want to talk about, and that goes for a lot of other people in our family too, just to be safe. And it's such a huge and rude awakening to have those conversations, right? But I just think it's needed. So that's the business I'm in also, in my finance, and on my finance side, we do not only investments, but we do life insurance. And I think the purpose of why I am in that industry is for the truest integrity and intentions, which is to prepare now before anything happens. And for some of them, it's too late already, right? My family members are already unhealthy. They can't qualify for anything. And so it's not that that's what we're worried about. It's just doing whatever we can now. And it's just a huge awakening to have conversations now, as difficult as it is. I had to really learn to accept even my mom's wishes, having that conversation with my mom. And as you guys know, my mom had a stroke a very long time ago, and I'm the only child, and she's a single mom, so I've always been the primary caregiver for her. I did along the way, not that it's your business, but I couldn't like take care of her physically in my own home, so she lives very close nearby with a caregiver. But as far as any decision making goes and any doctor's appointments goes, and even buying things for her, she's my responsibility, and I go with her to do all those things. And why I say that is, I think I mentioned this in the past video, like I felt like I hid that side of me, which is why I'm talking about it more, is because it's a part of me, like own it. And that makes me a large portion of who I am, and I want to be a lot more real and raw, as if I'm not already real and raw on this YouTube with you guys, but maybe even a little bit more, because I want to, really build my legacy and be true to who I am and live in my truth. And I think when I get to do that is when abundance will come. And that's kind of how I'm feeling with all the messages and praying that I've had done in 2025 of giving me clarity of what I should do. I had no clarity for a while this 2025. I just had the consistency of honestly just appreciating life. And I not to make that sound like lame, but I really was in my soft girl era in 2025. I'm not mad about it. So, just really in my feminine in 2025, but trying to change it up a little bit in 2026 and start showing up and showing out is what my my words are for 2026 is show up, show out. And if you don't know what that means I need to start showing up consistently. I need to get ready, do my habits. I can't wait for my habits to be instilled again. I wasn't off track for most of the year. I want to say just like the ending of the year, which is like granted because of the holidays and my crazy photography editing season. So I'm kind of hard on myself a little bit, but what I want is I want to be back on track and being a lot more consistent again with my goals. And something I didn't do was I didn't show up and I didn't show out and I didn't live in to my fullest truth and potential. And I keep repeating the same thing, but that's just like what it is I like when you're just hiding in the shadows, and people might want to be your friend and whatnot, but if maybe want to buy from you, maybe want to be in business with you, maybe they want to learn from you, but they can't do that unless they know who you are. And as someone who hates the spotlight, I do feel the best way I can get through life is to really transmute all the lessons that I have and share it with others. I just think that's just something God gave me where I just have to do. I've been doing since my mom had her stroke for the first time in my early 20s, 20 years old. And when my life flipped upside down from then on, I just constantly made it a purpose to turn that into positive by sharing it and sharing how I got through it and turning it into something worth it, right? Because any hard time we have, it could get as low and as deep and dark as it can get. But if you let it sit there and marinate and let it consume you, it will do just that. And I'm fighting, all of us fighting against that darkness, and doing the worst that you can possibly do on that end of the spectrum. I want to bring everyone up, raise everyone's vibration, and help others know that they're not alone, and hopefully teach them ways and tools that I do to get through those hard times. And I think that's from the beginning what's been the purpose of sharing on YouTube, but so much more too is, honoring that I have so many hats. And I'm a mom. I own 2 businesses now. I'm a daughter who takes care of her disabled mom, who is an only child, who is also a friend, who's also, family member of others who in other ways have to show up in other ways at other times. And it's a lot, and as someone who wants to be healthy too and want to prioritize myself, that's also a conversation constantly. So I want to give all of us grace that, hey, let's appreciate where we're at, and we're living a life that we've always were praying for years ago, and it's a good time to be grateful now that we have a lot of the things we used to pray for, right? So that, and giving yourself grace, and as long as we're heading toward the right direction every single day and being 1% better than the last, in 100 days you'll be 100% better, right? So yeah, that's kind of just my motto, how I live. And I really believe in staying aligned and not doing anything that doesn't feel right. And if it just means inching your way toward greatness, or inching your way toward growing your capacity to be able to do more one day, a little bit more and more every single day, building those habits a little bit, inching it a little at a time, that's what I'm about. Instead of making such a huge change in your life and you just feel like, you're just setting yourself up to fail. You might be killing it by doing it that way, but you're not going to feel aligned because some things have to give in other ways, right? You might have had to sacrifice family. You might have had to sacrifice relationships, which, at the end of the day is our whys, let's not forget that our family, our spouse, our kids are our why. So, really coming home to myself and realizing to make decisions because I want to do it and not because the pressures of society, mentors, or whoever might feel like I should be doing something in a different way. I, in 2025, really came home to myself and removing pressures off of myself, also, and just really feeling into what my soul wants to do. And in 2026, that's doing just that. So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys want to be along this journey with me. And I think another scary thing that was a huge friction point for me about posting and showing up was the pressures of social media, which I saw like a TikTok, and I think that's exactly what I felt, was that I felt like Instagram has a lot of evil eye. And evil eye, if you guys don't know, that's just people who maybe like wish on your downfall. Maybe they're just jealous, maybe they are triggered by your happiness, and I keep saying that because that's actually happened to me, right? Where I used to post on social media and I just felt heaviness of evil eye, and people were triggered truly about me being happy and things going well for me. And so I stopped entirely posting, and just like it went downhill, mentally, emotionally, worrying that my actions affected somebody in a negative way, which were not my intentions. But growing up, I know like, hey, it's not a reflection of me, it's a reflection of them if they're projecting. But still yet, like, that stopped me from posting still as much as I would. And I think the trick is being here on YouTube. I think YouTube is where the community is, where I align with. I'm long form, I'm deep. I have no like small talk, and I just that's just my form of my medium right now, I think, is what I align with. And on YouTube, we're a lot more community based, and I really want to build a community of those who want to hear from me and who could be my friend in life. Then they come and listen and they watch the whole way if they want to. If they don't want to, then they just stop watching. So you really have to pray over protection over yourself every single day and stay close with God, and return energies back. So that was a crazy tangent, but long story short, if I just focus on YouTube, showing up, making content, if I do post that I align with, and that I'm okay with posting, but I still was missing that rawness that I really wanted to share, which is this. I'll just post this on YouTube. Instagram will just be what it is, and post whatever it is on Instagram, and have that pressure separated. And I just feel really good about it. And if I could build community like that's done, and behind the scenes where the haters can't see. So if you want to be a part of my community, my inner circle, you guys become my family. So those who are close to me, I always bless them with anything I can, my energy, anything, to make their life better in any way I can. So yeah, whoever's not in my inner circle, who doesn't want to be in my community, that's their loss. So yeah, I'm excited for 2026. Let's go and get it, and let's have an amazing year. I do want to post a video about making a vision board. I'm really late. It's days past New Year, but I still want to do it for the first time, a real vision board, physically, like in my hands, and created with intention and a lot of journaling and reflection. So I want to do that with you guys. I'll prepare for that video and I'll bring you guys along. I'm sending this out there, I'm editing it and putting it out, so you guys keep me accountable. I don't care how long it takes, I'm doing it, because it doesn't have to be done on January 1st. As long as it's done, it's done. And it'll matter to me more to other people who do it on the 1st and just forget about it by February, because I'm super serious about my vision, this year, and I'm excited to bring you guys along my entire year. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.